Guys, welcome back. It's time for our weekly call.
A couple of haters.
Couple of haters out there. Dear God, everybody's gone. Billy's gone.
I'm here.
Brian's there, but I
There
messed
he
the
is.
camera up. Go figure. Billy, why can't we take Billy nowhere and be proud of him? He either shows up and disappears. There he is. Hey, bud. Where you been?
I'm positively charged now, guys.
Positively something. You guys ready to get started on our cons? Brian, I know you are.
Oh man, I'm raring to go. I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to talk. I mean, I'll do what I can to let you in.
Well,
I'll go ahead and start because I know where Resner is going with this, and I'll go ahead and say this: the hate that is going towards Bill Goldberg right now, really, you got to look at it from a bigger perspective. I watched a thing on Paul Heyman where Paul Heyman was talking to an audience. It was a Q&A. And during this Q&A, they asked, would you rather see Goldberg wrestle Brock Lesnar for 60 seconds or 60 minutes? Obviously, the answer is simple. You don't want to see Bill Goldberg wrestle no more than 5 minutes, if you want to be honest. Yes, I don't think it's cool that they kind of put the Fiend under, but with Bill Goldberg, you have to understand that is his stick. That is his gimmick. For that 60 seconds or however long he's out there, you can relive the nostalgia of hearing the audience going, Goldberg, even if
Hey, Billy.
Uh-huh.
I don't care. I don't care one bit because I am so disgusted with this move that it blows my mind. Like, I didn't even think the WWE could make a mistake like this, even though they've constantly proven to me that they can. They did it again, and this is absolutely terrible. The match was absolutely terrible. The spears were bad. That was the worst jackhammer I've ever seen. And I've seen the jackhammer we've seen Undertaker take a really terrible jackhammer in a faraway land. But this was terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I'm not going to argue with you, Brian and Billy. You're both right, but I'm going to explain to you why they done this, and then I'm sure you guys can probably see the bigger picture. Obviously, They want Roman Reigns to have his moment, and if they kept the title on the Fiend and had Roman Reigns beat him at WrestleMania, Roman Reigns is going to get so much heat from the crowd. It's going to be like WrestleMania a while back, whenever Daniel Bryan missed out on his chance or whatever. But their idea, I'm sure, is to put it on Goldberg. Goldberg's a draw to some people, whether you like him or you hate him. Just like I said on the show a couple weeks back, you guys were laughing at me, telling me I was crazy, but I told you there's a chance it was going to happen, and it's what happened. But they're going to put the title on Goldberg like they did, and then Goldberg will lose it to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Goldberg will get the heat, Roman Reigns will get the shine. Everybody's happy. Honestly, The Fiend does not need the title. What I hate about it is he had to lose, and they're probably going to put him in the Elimination Chamber in a couple weeks to try to get his chance back to get the title, to set up whoever he's going to be working with at WrestleMania. Rumor is it's John Cena. I'm fine with that. But the problem is he's going to have to lose again at the Elimination Chamber if he's in it. You finally do something right, WWE, and wins, losses don't matter in wrestling. Bullshit. I'm sorry. They do, but they don't. If you're writing a good story and you know what you're doing, like AEW, Brian, you mentioned Sammy Guevara and how much you love him. I think the dude's only lost won one or two matches, but it don't matter. He's over. I mean, he's good at what he does. It's a great story there. He's this. My wife can't stand him. She said he's a snooty, snobby little prick. And I was like, that's exactly what he's trying to be. He's doing his job. But that's why I think they went the route they went. Do I agree with it? No. I wouldn't have beat the Fiend for a couple years. I would have had him, somebody say something. I'm torn on the hill.
This was their shot at The Undertaker. This is your shot at recreating a unhuman character that can do supernatural things, and you just had him get defeated by a 53-year-old man. He's supposed to be unstoppable. And I mean, you're right. He did have to lose the title, but he didn't have to win the title. We shouldn't even have went there. He shouldn't have ever won the title to begin with. And now that we have to take it off of him, we should have done it in a creative way and not just, let's job him out to freaking Goldberg.
Does this sound familiar? I mean, you had, what was it, a couple years ago, you had Kevin Owens. Before that, you had CM Punk. Vince does this shit all the time right before Mania where he pulls the title off somebody.
When he did it to CM Punk, I understood that was The Rock.
Well, that was
The Rock.
Well, and Kevin Owens was who was Kevin Owens?
It was Goldberg.
Goldberg.
And then Goldberg does it again.
Yeah.
Like you don't like Goldberg, Brian. Put your hate about Goldberg aside. He's over with a lot of the fan base. It's not about you all the time.
Why? Why is he over with the fan base? If I had it my way, if I could have one wrestling wish from a genie in a bottle, I would wish that he was still somewhere on an Atlanta Falcons bench.
You wouldn't wish for Rick Rude to never have got his neck broken by Sting or never would
yeah, you know what? Those all sound great, but no, none of them are more important to me than Goldberg sitting on the Atlanta Falcons bench and never coming into the sport.
Never would I had the true invasion from WCW, ECW. Did that angle right? You wouldn't replace it with that?
Nope.
Why do you hate it?
I just want Goldberg off my television. Well, it all started the night that he beat Raven for the U.S. title. And then it got even worse when he beat Hulk Hogan for the world title while he had the U.S. title that he didn't need to take from Raven in the first place to get over. There is so many reasons why I hate Goldberg. I could do an entire Royal Rumble episode on it.
But, okay.
So don't get me started.
I understand your hatred, Brian. But
Good.
I explained to you why they did what they did and watch it pan out. That's the only logic I can find in the whole situation.
Yeah, well, you just shit on my WrestleMania is what they did.
Well,
they just
even
shit
if it is
on my
Reigns and
WrestleMania.
him, the whole match, the fans are going to boo the whole time. It'll be like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg from, I don't remember what year it was.
I don't think so. I think Reigns is partially over with the fans now.
He won't be now
where,
if he
where,
beats...
where he worked that cancer gimmick. I don't know if it's a work or not, but...
Now are the fans still cheering him? Are the fans still cheering him? Or
Roman?
Are they Roman? Are they or are they still kind of wanting to boo him? Because I heard that.
Well, they're not cheering him like he's a top babyface.
No, they're not.
And
they're not.
And the only time they ever did was when he came back from cancer. That is the only time that they cheered him like a babyface. But they are cheering him in certain situations. But they've got him working with Baron Corbin, so of course they're cheering him. Now you're going to put him with Goldberg, and if John's right about so many people loving Goldberg, then what are you going to do to Reigns when Reigns beats Goldberg? Everybody's going to boo him. Hey, you know what? I remember being at WrestleMania when Brock Lesnar beat Goldberg, and I remember being the only guy in my entire section marking out for that victory. Everybody else was pissed. Everybody was upset that Goldberg lost the title. The majority of the building.
You just proved me right there, Brian. You just proved me right. Thank you.
I know people love Goldberg. Believe me, I know this. And it's why I continue to have to see Goldberg show up on my TV every 5 to 6 years. But
just so you know, Mark Scott is in the chat chanting Goldberg right now.
I see that. But you know what? The big deal here is you can't get a match out of Goldberg. So whoever you put against Goldberg, it's going to be a throwaway match.
Well, that's just like Billy said. I mean, you get him in there, get him out of there.
Yeah,
but
you know what Billy did said? Billy said, would you rather see him go for 60 seconds or would you rather see him go for 60 minutes? And you know what my answer to that is? That
sounds like a Roman Swipes commercial.
Do you know what my answer to that is?
What's that?
Billy? I would say I would rather see him wrestle Brock Lesnar for 60 minutes. And I'll tell you why. Because 60 minutes with Brock Lesnar would end that stupid son of a bitch's career, and I'd never have to see him again. So, yes, please give me 60 minutes put him in a cage.
I think Brian likes Bill Goldberg, Jimmy, as much as you like Hulk Hogan.
Well, you know Hogan. I obviously hate Hogan, but you know who's number 2, right?
Is it Goldberg?
It's Goldberg.
Well, that makes no sense to me because
I'm leaving.
Brother.
Listen,
Ronald
that
Gunn.
makes no sense to me. The reason why that makes no sense to me is because Hulk Hogan gave you things you love, Jimmy Bass. He did.
He never gave me anything I love. Let's go back
Yes,
to Starrcade
yes, well,
'97.
How about Starrcade
He destroyed
97 sucked.
WCW.
Oh, you like this little thing called pro wrestling, don't you? Well, without Hulk Hogan, you wouldn't have it. And that's real. Hulk Hogan gave you pro wrestling. If not for Hulk Hogan, pro wrestling would have died.
A lot of people would argue the
Yeah.
fact, Brian, you could plug anybody into that role at the time.
Oh, really?
If
Who?
you could groom them properly. I don't know.
No.
I mean,
There wasn't
hindsight's always
anybody like Hulk
20/20.
Hogan.
J-Rod up in Boston, Massachusetts says Goldberg fears
Feels
Regal. That's true. He does.
He does. That's true.
Hey, speaking of which, you talked about Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. Does anybody remember exactly what number of wins Goldberg had before he lost the streak?
143. That wants to stand out for some reason. I don't know if that's what it was.
think it was
No, it's like
170s.
it's
Was it?
yeah. I think it was in the
173, I
170s.
believe.
I know they shaved a bunch of them in there.
Yeah.
I think Rez would like to see that 60-minute match with Brock Lesnar suplexing him more times than Goldberg had the streak.
Devin Carter just wants
Yeah.
to see Rusty Shank versus Old Berg, so you can hit him with the lunch tray.
Goldberg.
His goal, his streak was 173-0.
177 is what Jeff Johan says.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. 173-0.
Yeah, Jeff had a typo. That's what happened. We done spent 10 minutes
But-
on Goldberg. That's my point, boys. He's over whether you like him or you hate him.
He's
People's
not
going
over.
to talk about him.
His career should be over.
It's not, though. It's not. He's your
But it
world
should.
Universal Champion. Or is it SmackDown Champion? I don't even know anymore.
No, it's Universal Champion.
Okay, he's a Universal Champion.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question. Do you guys think that the Universal title was underneath that skin title?
I don't know. That was slick how they done that, wasn't it?
Was that skin title a cover for the Universal title? Because that makes a lot more sense
It does. It
than
really
saying
does.
that was the championship.
Sure.
So I don't know why they didn't explain that or have Goldberg peel the skin. I mean, if you're going to have Goldberg win the match, why not do it right and have him peel the skin off of the title?
No, that was great. The lights go off. The it comes back on. The Fiend's title is gone, and so is the Fiend. That's perfect. That's great. That's good writing.
Is that how it? That's not how it happened.
Yeah, man. The lights went off, and they come back on, and the title was
No,
gone. Goldberg had
the
other one.
I thought Goldberg had the Universal title in his hand and was up on the ropes when the Fiend.
Maybe.
Maybe I'm.
Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to watch it again.
I don't think
Maybe
it
I was
as
just
cool as you're
imagining
saying.
that
If-
happened.
If that happened, then okay, I'm cool with it. But if I would have wrote it, I would have had Goldberg peel the skin off of the title. That would have been a really cool visual.
Speaking of good visuals, I'll tell you one thing that upset me since we've already spent almost our whole con time on Bill Goldberg. One thing that bothered me about AEW this week, at the end of the show, where in the hell was MJF? He's supposed to do whatever he can to get out of this match with Cody. Cody touches him, the match is off, right? Why wasn't he out there trying to stir shit up with Cody, trying to get Cody to swing on him? You know, it's little shit like that I want to see improve. I mean, I'm not saying it was bad, but, you know, just little nuances like that would help the story with me. Did you guys notice Uso's new shirt? Us got the juice. The juice is what got y'all dumb sons of bitches in trouble with the law. What you representing the juice on your shirt for?
Hey, whoa! That was thrown out.
Okay. Allegedly got you in trouble with the law. About the, I don't know how much of the show you guys got to watch today, but in the gauntlet match, it was AJ Styles was waiting on, who the hell was he waiting on to come out, and they got attacked?
I haven't watched
Rey
that part
Mysterio.
yet.
It was Rey Mysterio. He was waiting on Rey Mysterio. The rest of the club attacks Rey Mysterio. The referee says that the AJ Styles opponent has 10 seconds to get to the ring. Well, then the gong goes off, and here's the Undertaker. And I'm sorry, I have never in my life seen a 10-second Undertaker entrance. It took that guy about 5.5 minutes to get to the ring. He should have been disqualified. That's just me nitpicking, though.
Well, then he beats AJ Styles with his outfit still on too.
With his outfit still on. Didn't even tombstone him. He chokeslammed him and pinned him.
And
yeah, Matt Richards says it was just a choke slam to beat AJ Styles. Like, are you trying to build up this match for WrestleMania or not?
That was horrible. I mean, the only thing I can think of they might be doing now is maybe they're going to try to work a 3-on-1 match with the whole club versus Undertaker, because you just made AJ Styles look like a bitch.
Well,
what a crap thing that would be. If
Right?
AJ Styles has to be in there with the club to face the Undertaker, you might as well just throw dirt right on AJ's face when he lays down to sleep tonight.
Big Cliff says the juice. Juventud Guerrero, yeah, who's got the, or maybe it's O.J. Simpson. He was the juice too, wasn't he?
Well, Juventud Guerrero got in a lot of trouble with the law too, so maybe he, if Juventud
Maybe
Guerrero
they
joins
make
up with the
friends.
Usos, yeah, if Juventud Guerrero and the Usos are friends, then we're going to see a lot more news stories soon. Did you ever hear the story about Juventud Guerrero getting butt naked and on ecstasy, running through a hotel hallway from the police, and actually did a Hurricane Rana on a police officer
With his
with
hands
his
up
penis
hanging
in
out.
his face?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't he bite woman's butt, or am I thinking of another wrestler? Woman, Kevin Sullivan, manager. Woman.
I don't know about
Nancy.
that story.
Okay.
I don't know about
I
that
don't know if
story.
it was Hoovy. I don't know if it was Hoovy or Vampiro, but apparently there was like a big situation there where I think it was Vampiro, Nancy.
Right here.
Yeah.
Big Cliff, guys, he says, Colin, even more Undertaker at Mania. Hopefully Aleister Black will get added to the match at Mania, and Black beats Taker by pinning Taker with the pin that Taker uses after a tombstone pile driver passed the torch to Aleister Black.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I don't know why AJ Styles fits in there. It makes no sense.
Yeah, AJ Styles shouldn't be in a program with the Undertaker because
No.
that doesn't make any sense.
I was very hopeful that the rumors weren't true and it wasn't going to be AJ Styles versus the Undertaker. And then obviously that's where they're going now. And
Well,
How
the
active
coolest
is-
thing about
how-
that is the posters.
How active is AJ Styles in the ring right now? I thought he got hurt at the Royal Rumble.
well, he did
he's
get
better.
banged up, but he recently come back here a couple weeks ago and he's doing what he always does. So I don't know.
I see.
You guys got any other cons? Jimmy, what you got out there that you don't like?
Well,
Besides Hulk Hogan.
Well, anything Hogan would be a con. But my con is, I don't watch everything. I Twitter watch is what I call it when I watch WWE and some of the NWA and stuff like that. But when I go home tonight, I'm going to sign in WWE Network. I'm going to click cancel, and I'm not watching WWE anymore.
WrestleMania, though.
It's
Dude.
not worth it. I mean, for Goldberg
Mania,
to be champion.
dude.
But it's Mania.
WrestleMania. You get to see Goldberg lose the title.
And like
Maybe.
you said, well, yeah,
Rob said maybe.
yeah, you're right.
Maybe. Or they might give him both titles.
Probably.
They
They'll
might
probably give him
actually-
every belt. They'll only have
I
the
was gonna say,
NXT belt, too.
they may just go ahead and just you bring all the belts together and give them all to Goldberg.
Why not?
Hey, I've actually got a con that's a little different here. The con that I was about to bring up, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but Jimmy, you're Le Champion of the Royal Rumble. When are we going to see you defend that?
Yeah, it's about time, ain't it?
Well,
Ain't there like some type of clause where you have to defend it? Like
Well,
maybe
there
once
was,
a month
Billy,
or
but I had
something?
that expunged because I was trying to hold on to my title. It didn't work out, though.
works out for me now.
I mean, like Jimmy, you're a fighting champ. I'm sure you want some competition, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hey, you got to watch your old buddy Derek Jones. He likes to swing kendo sticks around.
Hey, I got a con for you before your time runs out. What's
Got a minute
what's
and a
the guy?
half.
What's the guy's name that took on Dolph Ziggler at the Saudi Arabia pay-per-view?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
The reason I don't know his name is because who the fuck is this guy?
Mantar? Is that who it was?
We only see him
Mansoor.
on the Saudi
Mansoor.
shows. Do they leave him in Saudi Arabia? like
He's
like
sliced to the kingdom.
I mean, they just give him up and let's let him stay in Saudi Arabia. He signs autographs for like 65 days until they come back. I don't understand
He's
it. I
actually
don't
part
get
of the ground crew that
Sets up the ring.
kept the plane on the ground last time they were there.
If you rent the ring, he comes with the ring.
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous how they act like this guy's the second coming of Christ every 2 months. And it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand. I mean, I get it. He's from there. Cool. Well, put him on TV. Let us know who he is too, so we can get in on the joke or whatever you're doing here. I don't understand.
Did y'all hear about Sonny putting over Ziggler?
Oh, yeah, that's old news, Bill.
That's old
Devin
news.
says, I wish Dolph would leave for AEW. Me too, but the problem is he likes money, and it's a business for him. It's not so much a passion, I believe. Because if so, we'd have seen him go elsewhere years ago, in my opinion.
Dolph should have. He should have got that main.
That's it. No more con talk. No more con talk.